All right. So, yeah, we will open this up to anybody. First of all, let us know where do you work? So have questions. Let's kind of build a community of practice here. So where do you work? What do you offer that maybe other people are interested in, that they can contact you with questions, key things. This is one of the reasons why we do these events, these online conferences, our webinars, our Twitter chats. It's really not so much the tools that we're sharing, is the connections that that's often more important, because the tools change all the time. But if I know that Jennifer is an OT and she has experience with flexible seating, I can ask her questions about that and use her as a resource. So Audrey, share with us, where are you based right now? What are you doing? Where can people contact you? Because there you are. You're with Soundtrap. Do you want to explain real quick what Soundtrap is? If you have your mic still available. If not, you feel free to type it in.
Yeah, no, I'll hop on here. So Soundtrap is a digital audio workspace that works across all platforms, and it's cloud-based. So it was created for musicians by musicians. Teachers did what they do and got a hold of it and started hacking it, very much like a lot of the tools you've talked about today. And so my real passion is using classrooms and teachers as a tool for documenting student reflections, new learning, podcasting, so it really fit in with so much of the session today. So I'm really excited about that. It wasn't necessarily my intention, but I'm really excited and proud of kind of the accessibility it does offer. So I want to push that even more, though. I want to help them to make it even better. They're very open to, feedback. And so if anybody has for how to make it even better and how we might serve all kids, all learners even better, then I would love to have conversations about that. So we will be at ISTE, of course, 58, and please reach out at on my email.
And what's the pricing? Is it subscription based or?
Yeah, so there is a freemium version, but the EDU version, HOPA compliant and everything, is sold as a subscription, and it's $250 per year for 50 seats, not 50 students, but 50 seats, so that you can counts and stuff like that, completely integrated with Google Classroom. Like I said, COPA compliant. You can push out tracks or songs, but then use them as that cast. Really, really lovely. And I talk about low floor, high ceiling, or in fact, I kind of feel like it has no ceiling. So it's really a beautiful work that they've done.
Well, I'm excited. I'm going to definitely, you've sold me. I'm going to go check that out right after this recording is done. So thanks for joining us today. I know we were there.
I was. So it was worth every minute. So I'm really appreciative.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. We also, in the chat area, we have someone, and let me see if I can, Disability Services at Community College, Wershing. I don't know what the first name is. Sometimes when you log in, it creates a username. But he is saying ResNet certified and a regional accessibility specialist for the Tennessee Board of Regents. And they've shared their email there. So definitely ResNet is something that's really valuable in the field of AT. It means that you are recognized as an expert in this area. And so definitely somebody to stay in touch with and get their contact information, their area. Alice, there you go. Alice Wershin, thanks for joining us today. I saw you throughout the afternoon. So for sure, it's great to have you on here. Mike, you have your mic on. You want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. I was enjoying not having it on. This was great. You guys did an awesome job with this. I enjoyed this.
Excellent.
Good job. You're welcome. Hi, everybody. It was great. I appreciate all the comments in the side chat window from everybody. That was really helpful. I'm an AT specialist / UDL, whatever, trainer, whatever you might call it. I live in New Jersey. I travel around the country to consult with individuals and organizations about how to provide options for learners. So this was outstanding today. I really loved it. So thank you.
Sure. Thanks for that, Mike. And if you don't know, Mike is the moderator. So every Wednesday, are you taking a break during the summer, Mike?
Yes, we take a break during the summer. We will probably go through the end of June, and then we'll shut it down for July and probably at least the first 3 weeks of August, and then pop back on right before school starts. But yeah, thank you. Every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, for an hour, we get together and talk about all things assistive technology.
And any of you, Audrey, you can moderate AT Chat 1 week.
Oh, yes. Now we're talking. Yes, please. We'd love that.
I would love that.
Alice, I'm Alice. You can sign up to moderate AT Chat. So all of that knowledge that you've acquired as a ResNet certified person, you can pick a topic. Mike is a document where you can sign up. And so next school year, you can join us and moderate and have really great discussion with really passionate community. Anybody else who wants to share what they do, what kind of work they're in, and so on, you can do it either in the chat area or you can turn on your microphone. And then we'll just have put Susie on the spot. So
we had about 40 people throughout the conference. And Gia, I don't know if you are.
Lots of people stayed through the whole 4 or 5 hours.
You've been here since the beginning. So I've tried to pull in as many of the Twitter handles from people who've been tweeting using the inclusive LN GAAD hashtag. I've also been following the GAAD hashtag, where people from all around the world are posting about their events. And it's been really interesting to see the variety of things that are happening along with us as we're doing this mini conference.
Absolutely. So a couple of minutes, Susie, just think of some final closing thoughts, some words of wisdom before we close this out.
Sure. So, the things that, you want me to go ahead and talk, or you want me,
Well, think for a second. I'm going to just some final housekeeping things.
Okay.
So make sure, again, you follow Inclusive LN. I'm going to post that in the chat area. Hopefully I typed it in wrong. If not, I'll blame it on autocorrect. But that's how we share a lot of our content, a lot of our resources. And then inclusiveln.org. That's where we're going to post the recording. So it's going to take me a little bit of time because I'm going to grab these recordings. I'm going to remove it. Are you recording? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? And I'm going to take that off and probably put a title on it, and then we'll post those up on the website. We'll also post the slides. Share their deck with me. We will post that right underneath the slides. We also have transcripts for some of these presentations. So we'll post the transcript as well if you would rather or access it as print it out. And then any links that I can come up with by going through the transcript here, I'll try to post some of those so it makes it equal that were mentioned. So basically, we've spent 4 hours together, and you can see just the variety of things that are involved when it comes to Jennifer finished us off with the accessible environment and considering seating and positioning options and how that impacts learning, how that impacts mood, and so on. We've talked about with everything from reading and math to new literacies, because coding is a literacy. It's some people consider it a language. So we're looking at these, we make them accessible to everybody. And then we've looked at things like assessment. So at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, it revolves about having some data about what our students are doing and whether they're learning or not. And so with UDL, we're trying to make sure that we're doing that in a way that provides some choice. You get an accurate of what students are learning. Not even an accurate measure. I like to say an accurate picture, because it doesn't always have to be a measure. Sometimes it's an observation, just a snapshot that you take and you upload to a tool like FreshGrade. So we've learned that accessibility just has so many different components to it. And so I hope the recording's out on our website, and if you need to review any of the content that we covered today. So, all right, Susie, I gave you some time to think. So leave us off with some words.
Okay. So the purpose for Global Accessibility Awareness Day is to promote awareness of digital access, inclusion, and usability. And I think that, you know, throughout the different sessions that we were able to address that in a variety of different ways. And I found it was really interesting, the backgrounds of the people who were presenting and attending. We had people from who were software developers. We had people who know how to code. We have people who have an engineering background and know how to solder. We have people who have teaching backgrounds and know the pedagogy and teaching strategies and classroom management, and that have those experiences. We've been students. We have that in our experience. We have coordinators and AT leaders, and I don't want to leave anyone out, but just looking through the different people that that I tried to create a list for and find out about who we are and what we represent. It's just interesting that there's so many people from different backgrounds. But what brings us together is this purpose of trying to promote accessibility and reducing barriers. And sometimes we have an empathy with the user. Perhaps we have experienced a barrier ourselves due to a disability or some other kind of physical challenge, or perhaps we just have an openness within ourselves to try to reduce barriers for people that we can't empathize with. We haven't experienced it ourselves, but we still want to try to create accessible design, because as what Mindy Johnson started us out with, accessible design is good design. And what works for a specific user who is experiencing a barrier, it's interesting how it a lot of times works for all users and makes things flow better and be more efficient and effective. And so I think exploring accessibility is good for all in that way. So that's just what I've kind of taken away from all of this. I've tried to tweet out some highlights from the different sessions, and it's great to have the recordings because there are things that I need to watch again and again to try to get, because we have such great expertise that was shared today. So thank you to all of you who were here presenting and attending, and thank you for the work that you do in promoting accessibility.
Thanks so much for those final thoughts, Susie. Again, it's not too late, so you can go ahead and tweet some of your thoughts and comments from all of the sessions, or what you learned, what you're taking away, and then we'll be looking through those tweets and then giving away some books. Thanks so much, everybody. Love you all. Thanks for your time this afternoon. Thanks for your expertise. All right, take care, everybody. See you soon. If you're at ISTE, look us up. We'll see you at the playground. Love you.